It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Blues and the Snowhawks on Thursday night primetime.
With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop, we are across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. But tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Blues of St. Louis taking on the Snowhawks of Brooklyn. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game...
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
At the 24-yard line.
Throwing now is Lance. He's got a man complete. Well, they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And touchdown! Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Snowhawks need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Lawrence. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now Lawrence to throw on second down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. 7 yards there and a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Lawrence's throw complete there to Moore. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lawrence will throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let him do all the work and then someone catch him at the end and pass him up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
It's 2nd and 8.
Off of play action, here's Lance. This is caught, it's Kirk. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Christian Kirk from 10 yards out. And the Snowhawks lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff-worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
On second down, here's Lawrence. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Christian Kirk, touchdown! Christian Kirk with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Snowhawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Lawrence to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 21-0 our score after 1. St. Louis football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd down and 12. Now Lawrence Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. McCaffrey is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now Lawrence. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. You think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him. Maybe even have a 3rd person in the area and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while because I don't know that their talents are his. Because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
That's good. First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
At their 48-yard line.
Lance looks to throw again. And that's complete to Cooks. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Lance. Cooks on a quick slant. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Now a play fake. Lance. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Lance. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. And Lance now to throw. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Lance. Over the middle, it's complete. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll send Kirk in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. And Lance going to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Lance looking to throw it. Flushed out right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Trey Lance, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Snowhawks continue to pull away here in this first half.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was Trey Lance taking it in himself to cap the drive with a touchdown run. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Blues.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They go play action now. Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. Lance's throw taken in by Johnston. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Working from the gun, Lance. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6. at the 43-yard line.
Again, it's Lance. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Throwing now is Lance. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some excellent games to pick from in that early window. So let's highlight the one going on in London, as that promises to give the folks over there a real good taste of NFL football. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up, as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. In that first half, we were treated to a stellar performance by quarterback Trey Lance. He was downright amazing with 3 touchdown passes and another one scored on the ground for good measure.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is nearly impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Lawrence. Incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first round.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
And his kick here is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Williams to return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. On first down, Lance sets up the screen to Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's Lance to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a third down and very long. Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now Lawrence to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Blues.
Lawrence will throw. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Second down and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Blues are able to cut into that deficit.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the third quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he returns this to the 22. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Pass incomplete. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Lance. Johnston on the quick slant. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now Lance on the bootleg. That is caught. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. It's caught out wide by Cooks. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this is up and good from Pinheiro. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Lawrence's throw pulled in by Renfro. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
1st down, Blues.
Now Lawrence. Out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. Touchdown! Foster Moreau, his first touchdown on the year. And the Blues have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Runs through the contact. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. And 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Lance going to throw. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And he goes out right around the 39.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Lorenzo Carter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Bobby Okereke, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw complete there to Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On the draw, here's Lawrence. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Second and 3 at the 41-yard line.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 10, 1:45 to play. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10.
Lawrence's throw complete there to Moore.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Throwing now, Lawrence. Gets this to Moore.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Patrick Queen.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
To throw again is Lawrence.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Lawrence. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Incomplete. It's a turnover on down.
We gotta have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, You say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Brooklyn, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.